here with Nushin Hernandez, an analyst with Canalys. Nushin, how are you enjoying the show so far?
I think it's been great. There's been a lot of new things coming up and just lots of new trends that vendors are talking about, and some of the major things in the market. And so it's been good to catch up and see what all the vendors are bringing to market and how they're selling those solutions through their channel.
And what are some of the hot topics and trends that you're seeing out there?
I guess it really ranges. There's a lot going on at the moment in the security space, and it really ranges from cloud and some of the problems that's causing, and compliance issues will always be an underlining trend that impacts security. Bring your own device is another element that's feeding into that too. And also applications are moving into the enterprise more often, so what are businesses doing from a security perspective to have a control over that? So that's another element, as well as the whole management piece and security, information and event management. I think there's a lot more conversations going on in that segment as well, so it's quite a wide spectrum of things going on, but at a top level, those are kind of the main trends.
Is there anything that you think should be getting more attention, perhaps?
I think that at the moment there's actually some reform going on with data protection laws, for example, in the EU, and I think that vendors need to really prepare businesses for some of those changes, and I think that conversation needs to be happening a lot more often, and also really assisting enterprises in implementing a strategy that will enable mobility. I know that there's a lot of talk about device management and security, but I think a lot of those solutions sometimes miss the fact that it's the users at the core of that, and a lot of the strategies and solutions really need to be tailored to the user itself. So I think that's another element.
And as far as your research, you specialize in mobile device management, that's correct?
Yes, I do. So I track, we actually segregate the market. So we track mobile security as kind of a siloed area, and then mobile device management. And I think more often we'll see those two segments intersecting, and the security element becoming a lot more important. I think that the device management piece has been a nice stepping stone, but it's not enough, and really businesses need to look at the security elements from a content perspective, in terms of data that's on devices, but as well as the network perspective and how they're securing access to their corporate networks, and of course device management is a piece of that. So yeah, that's how we view the market.
Seems like this year's educational program here at the show then is right up your alley, if you will.
Yeah, definitely, and there's been so much talk on this area, and I think there actually is no perfect solution. So I don't think there is a single vendor that's offering a complete solution, but a lot of acquisitions have been taking place as well. Some of the more traditional security vendors starting to acquire on the device management side, and as well as device manufacturers trying to create some strategy around that, and service providers or mobile operators trying to think about that as well. So there's a lot of angles that are coming into this market, and I think that it's not as mature, so it's still got a while to go. But really evolving the solution and making it user-centric and implementing security from a device perspective, network perspective, and then of course having a central management console that you can implement policy on all the devices. I think that's really core as well.
Do you think that MDM and BYOD, are they some of the critical challenges that Infosecurity professionals face right now?
I think that there's actually a lot of worry on the whole bring your own device, and I think it really depends on the enterprise, because large enterprises have mobility strategies in place. It really comes down to one day a vice president or a CEO coming into the office and saying, "Oh, I'd like to use my iPad. Can you please make this compliant?" Just, giving the IT manager a problem, basically. So I think there is an issue in that sense. But when you look at smaller enterprises, they're conscious of the trend, but they're really trying to explore what strategy they need to have in place in terms of just mobility and enabling that. So I think that the conversation there is slightly different, and it involves their channel partners and trying to figure out what strategy should we have, can we get advice on the best solutions, and so on. So there is a lot of talk about it, and probably more hype than actual implementation going on at the moment, but it's definitely something on their mind.
Well, Nushin, I want to thank you for stopping by for a few minutes and chatting with us.
It's my pleasure. It was nice talking to you too.